Why is my screen so dark? Gotta adjust that. Alright. Still dark. Welcome out there in G.I. Joe land. I am Justin Zartan, and I am bringing you today the figure. It's been a while since I've been on. I've been moving, working on my house, stuff like that. I am bringing you today Duke, but let's get to the formalities first. What you are about to watch is real. I may or may not mean to insult you or offend you in any way. From what I'm telling you about these figures is firsthand. I have looked quite a bit of the stuff up. Most everything you see I own or have stolen from someone else or a yard gnome. Yard gnome. As I am telling you this, this is January. Back in December, the last issue of the G.I. Joe fan club came out. The G.I. Joe fan club is no more with us. We don't know what took or will take its place, if anything. The Hasbro community is consolidating, so basically, like, they want to have a movie that has all of their things in it. Mask, which they got from Kenner, Transformers, G.I. Joe, kind of have, it's all in one community now. I was with the fan club for quite a long time. Sad to see it go. We could talk about their figures. I've talked about a couple of them before, Super Joe and stuff like that. A short story about G.I. Joe. It's been 25 years since Brian Savage started the group. I was with the group maybe that long, maybe not. I remember getting starting it back in looking at it in was it 93, 94. There's a short story that talks about Joe, a little thing that he goes through on the last issue of all the figures that they put out for the convention. The last set they put out was kind of a Slaughter's Marauders type thing, but certain Slaughter was no longer in that Marauders. They kind of put out some stories. I should turn that down. You know, comic book TV gets a bit loud. I am watching some old TV shows, Marvel and DC, both. Well, it's raining. It seems to rain and wind around here every weekend. All right, a little brief thing about Duke. Duke first showed up in 1983 as a Melloway figure, a 3 3/4 figure. There was, it seems when I looked at them, there was like 5 variations of the figure. You could check it out on another website, which I do not know the name of right hand. Later, it was, I think it was in 1991 is when the 12-inch figures came back onto the market. Duke was the first figure, and there's 2 variations of that. A lot of people didn't know that. The first 12-inch figure of Duke had more of a realistic face. The second version has a cartoony face after the cartoons. The Duke that I am going to be talking about today is not the 3 3/4 figure or the 12-inch from the 90s. I'm going to be talking about the Duke from Sideshow Toys. I will take him out of the box. He comes with quite a bit of stuff. The box is nicely laying. I started opening the box. I don't know if I gave you a good enough shot to take out the figure. Just a brief, this will have to be a 2-parter. I can see my battery lights flashing. He comes with, let's grab it, check it out real quick. Looks like 2 rifles. One has a grenade launcher on it, a handgun, looks like a 1911, removable clip, dog tags. 3 sets of hands, 2 already on the figure. A cool looking face. Like I said, I'll take him out of the package so you can see him. I believe I talked about him before with when I was showing off the Major Blood figure, also from Sideshow Toys. The reason I chose Duke is another guy from he got one from another group I'm in. The guy is named Warren. Warren is also a friend on one of my media sites. The box is a trifold box. This must be the deluxe figure. It has the cool explosion like the old background of the packaging to the 3 3/4 figures had in it. I believe this is the custom Duke, or the deluxe Duke, like I was saying. Sometimes the deluxe, later on, the deluxe figures sometimes came with extra heads. I do not believe he comes with extra heads, but he does come with extra hands, which why I think it's the deluxe figure. Hold on a second.
I'm looking for Eddie. You can have it.
I am looking for you.
Had to turn off some stuff. It was boiling over. Alright. I think I said he kind of had like a Schwarzenegger look to his face when I first talked about him. I've had the figure, which I acquired in a trade maybe for 7-8 years now. Like I said, the reason I wanted to talk about him is because I saw a guy named Warren, and he got one, and I was talking about it, and I decided to go on that one. So, let's talk more show. All right. As you can see, there's no glare on the picture now. I will kind of show off him more. He's held in there quite well. There was a cover on it. These hands I see look like they open. They have the 2 extra sets that are clenched. He has a figure stand, the Joe logo on it for the 12-inch figure. He looks like he only has 1 set of boots, knee pads, a nice set of web gear, side holster on the side, backpack, helmet, and of course a water bottle. Everybody needs to stay hydrated. Let me get the figure out and show him off a bit. He's well held in there. I think they glued it in. Good lordy. The unboxing is half the fun, isn't unboxing things. Trying to get them out without breaking anything seems to be the hard part. Alright, the head part was glued in. Alright, he's loose. Kind of like he's falling, but I'll get him out. Alright. He seems to Velcro shirt. Has an undershirt on. Velcro for U.S. Army, and you can his name. A good sturdy clips for his belt. A well made uniform. Nicely stitched. Buttons. Velcro on the thing, so you can put his name and his rank on his arms. He has at least, without counting at the top of my head. I'm sure you're over 21 parts of articulation. Kind of looks like he has a Schwarzenegger look to the face. It bends and swivels up the elbows, which when they put him in there, must have had it on backwards. Bends and swivels at head and neck. He has the G.I. Joe scar on the right cheek.
I know it's been a while since we pulled that shit.
Kind of a menacing rest face, I guess you'd call it.
Said we were finished.
Nice formed boots. Kind of a hard, flexible plastic, which doesn't really make sense. Hard, flexible, plastic. He is a great looking figure. I acquired mine through a trade of sorts. On the box it does say some poses can be assisted with hands, or that's where the stands. This is the first time I've taken him out of the box.
Yeah, buddy.
The figure 8 years. So I got mine, like I said, 7 years ago. And according to, he came out in 2009, according to the, maybe that's when the helmet, this is a nicely made helmet, straps for the face, fastened in, and clips that work for the straps. Button pushing enable for the helmet. They slide in and clip. Two little fasteners in there, which I cannot get it to work. The web gear is kind of tangled. As you can see, the clips do come apart. Chin strap, back strap. I just messed this up. I popped the clip off and can't get it back in. Great. There is instructions, I believe, to shows how the helmet goes on his head. I will try and put it on his head the best I can. And we'll show off in the figure. Duke in the comic books became the second command when Abernathy, who was the general, or also known as Tomahawk, was promoted. And I believe issue like 36. I could be off on the issue numbers, but Duke in the comic books, like was the command. Duke on the cartoon was just that, the commanding officer. They never really showed Hawk. There was a variation of comics. Different variation. How he was supposed to be the one teamed up with Scarlet. As you can see, I kind of messed up the straps on the helmet. The helmet sits on his face, and I could not get it really to strap around his chin. There's pictures on the box that show how it should be. I'll have to check that out. He comes with like a duffel bag and stuff that keeps falling apart. Let me get that little clip for the duffel bag. And it slides right back into the spot right there. Oh, well, it's movable. You could, oh, it's holding it upside down. You can adjust it and put the pocket apparently anywhere you wish. Backpack. Backpack on the side. Or you put it on the figure itself, apparently. So we could put it on the figure itself right there. So this is, like I said, it's going to be a two-parter because I'm a little bit confused. It's been a while since I done anything. My battery's running low. I'll have to unbox more. That way I don't have to jump the camera around so much like I am now. Back on the thing. I kind of have been off for a little bit, like I said. I was digging through my stuff, and I found some more other cool things. You know, at stores. Oops. And I'm checking out the area, so this is just a brief, hold on a second, gotta get me something to eat and drink. Drink a little bit of water from the earth. Water from the earth. Sorry that it's more of a, you get to see me more. Next view, you'll see more of the figure. The stand comes in two pieces. Adjustable, fits around the waist. Water bottle fits in his hand. I'll give you a really rundown off of, let's put him back in the holder for now. Don't want to top him over. I'll fix the helmet when I dig out the instructions. I'll give you kind of more of a rundown of what it comes with. 2 rifles, the badges for the sleeves and his shoulders, grenades, 1911, the smoke grenades, 2 more sets of hands, some more bagging. Oh, as you can see the picture, the strap does fit the way ahead, but it goes across his chin. Yeah, it's kind of a jumpy around, like I said. I will do a part 2 on this. According to the box of a rundown on Duke, the embodiment of an American soldier, Conrad Hauser, leadership and ability to perform his duties as first sergeant in the charge of the field duties to the unit known as G.I. Joe, is the stuff of legends. His orders are followed without hesitation due to his remarkable experience and unwavered commitment to those under him. Duke leads by example and has earned the trust and respect of the enlisted, fellow officers, and many generals. From his graduation from Fort Benning Air Force Base up on joining the G.I. Joe, Duke spent time around the globe. That brings me up to a point of... in the comic books, Duke was introduced at the same time that Roblox was introduced. There's always these backstories that they were really good friends. In the movie, Rise of Cobra, it was Ripcord that Duke was first introduced with, and then in the second movie, it was Roblox, which is more to the G.I. Joe mythology. His code name is Duke. File name is Hauser Conrad S. He tells about his social security number on the box. Spin it around, you can see more of that. Adjust it a bit. At the time when this came out, they also had Firefly and the Cobra Sniper, which is also pictured on there. Duke was is fluent in French, German, and English when he enlisted in 1967. Graduated at the top of his class at the Airborne School, Fort Benning. Operated for U.S. Army Special Forces Language School, and specialized in Han Chinese and Southeast Asian dialects. Went Special Forces in '69. So if you think about it, Duke is well up in his 50s, but in the 80s, he would have been like an... I want to do the quick math. He say he enlisted in 67. So in 83, when he was introduced, he'd be 32. So Duke was 32 when he was introduced in 1963. He was in his 30s. By today's standards, he'd be well into his 50s. Well, 21, 50 years ago. Good Lord, Duke would be 80. Alright, well, I'm going to sign off on this. I'll get more of this unboxed. Show off more of my figures sometime. Dreadnought that I found. Alright, we'll talk more on this maybe tomorrow.